First Local, supported by Maker North, 3D printing, laser cutting, 3D design, education, prototyping, and more. Maker North, whatever it takes. Shop local, dine local, listen local, love local. Small businesses in the Algoma area have been a huge part of our community. Now is the time to show our support for them. From local markets to retail stores, music venues, and restaurants. Small businesses make up the backbone of our community. So go on, embrace all they have to offer by shopping, dining, listening, and loving local. Visit ssmcoc.com to learn more or to join the chamber today.
Well, it's certainly been an interesting year, and like many of us, maybe you've been drinking more than usual and want to take a break. With Dry Feb, you can.
Why not challenge yourself to go dry in February to help raise funds for the Canadian Cancer Society?
Sign up for Dry Feb, and not only will you be helping people affected by cancer,
you can also reduce your risk of cancer.
Go as dry as you're willing to try this February. Sign up today. It's easier than you think.
Superior Adult Learning is looking for volunteers who want to make a difference in our community and help others reach their full potential. In only a few hours a week, you can help our learners achieve their goals and set them on a path towards a successful, independent future. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now. Superior Adult Learning provides free one-on-one support to help you reach your goals. Improve your reading, writing, and math skills, become more independent, and increase your employability. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now.
Have you been drinking more than usual?
Why not go dry this February? With Dry Feb, you'll
help people affected by cancer.
And you can also reduce your own risk.
Go as dry as you're willing to try. Sign up today. It's easier than you think.
It's Jake Moore, sports analyst, back in the On TV studios, letting you know that 705 Sports now has 2 shows a week. We still have the 705 Sports that airs every Friday at noon, but we've expanded to now have a show every Wednesday. 705 Sports Headlines will be a show that is much more condensed, that is very fast-paced, going over the main topics of the week in sports. 705 Sports on Fridays will still cover everything in sports in a full show format. This gives you a chance to really see what's going on in the sports world, whether you have a couple minutes or you got a half an hour. So make sure you join me, Dan Gray, on Fridays and multiple different guests every Wednesday, every Friday at noon, only on TV and Sioux Online's Facebook page.
Well, good morning. It's Friday,
It
February
is.
the 18th. Yes,
Yeah,
the 18th.
so far
Woohoo.
already.
All
February
day,
18th.
all day. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. A little bit cold this morning.
It's
I'm not
very
going to
cold
lie
this
to you.
morning. It's very cold. It's
Oh,
minus
yeah.
26 right now.
Minus 20, so it's colder than even when I left. Is
It can do that.
I don't like that.
You know, just for a couple of minutes, it can drop before the sun actually comes up and starts warming us. But it's another cold one, but a clear day today.
Okay.
So I was off yesterday. Did I miss anything? Did anything exciting happen?
You missed all the things yesterday. There was an interesting dialogue that played out in Parliament.
Okay. There's the emergency debate on the
Well, yes.
measures from the Prime Minister.
You know, I'm going to preface this by saying that, you know what, I don't think anybody can deny that Justin Trudeau has been under exquisite pressure for an extended period of time.
But
You know, however, we are still responsible for the words that we use, and when we use them in a manner which offends and upsets, then, you know, traditionally the recourse would be to apologize.
so there was an exchange yesterday.
Yes?
Actually, most of the day yesterday was an exchange in the House of Commons, and we have a clip of a little bit of what went on.
Yes.
Sturgeon River Parkland.
My apologies, Mr. Speaker, I didn't write these out. But the fact is, I don't know how any member of the government caucus can stand by this Prime Minister when he accuses honorable members of this House of standing with a swastika. I'm calling on all members of the Liberal caucus to denounce the Prime Minister. I have given him 2 chances to apologize. He has refused to apologize. Mr. Prime Minister, apologize.
Once again, I want to remind the honourable members, I know this is getting emotional, but place your questions through the Speaker, not directly to each other. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. These illegal blockades have been going on in Ottawa for 20 days now. People have been interrupted in their daily lives, have been made to feel fearful, have been made to miss shifts at their work across southern Ontario. These are things that cannot be stood for, which is why we're moving forward with a responsible set of measures to allow the local police jurisdiction to do their jobs. We continue to defend freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, as long as it's peaceful and legal, Mr. Speaker.
There you go.
There you go. Some pretty strong language.
So I don't know, did the vote take place yesterday? Or were they just debating?
Monday. Monday is my information.
Monday?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens Monday then?
The vote.
the vote? And then what? Do they say, okay, you all got to go? Or
Well, I don't know. Can you just make them go? I've actually read an interesting, somebody, like a mathematician, like of no real note, although, you know, in her circles perhaps she is. But anyway, it circulates and it came to me. And she was talking about the strategies that have been invoked and how they've been very specific in their placement. In such a way as it would make it difficult, first of all, for enforcement to effectively address all of them at any one time, as well, so specific that, you know, only certain conduits, like roadways, have been targeted. There is an actual name for it. It is a military strategy that's been used. I mean, I don't know.
I hear the Ottawa police have said that people in Ottawa are going to start seeing the Ottawa police do things that they normally don't do.
Yes.
So we'll have to see what that means.
Well, I mean, those are the powers that are invoked by the Emergencies Act,
Right, but
right?
what do they do? Like, they're giving out tickets, you know, they've arrested some of the organizers apparently, and
Well, and yet I did talk yesterday about, you know, now the towing associations, one in Alberta, one here in Ontario, have concerns because apparently under the Emergencies Act, the police can commandeer a tow truck and either, you know, compel them to assist with the removal of vehicles, or if they should choose to refuse, the police can then, again, commandeer the vehicle and do it themselves. So yeah, there are a lot of different facets playing out. You know, this is really kind of branching out in a lot of different directions. I mean, we also talked very, very briefly about a list of individuals who have made donations in support of the convoy. You know, we chose not to name anybody. Some other media outlets did name people, and certainly there are people locally who have been implicated. But implicated is such a dirty feeling word, and Jacob and I had a robust discussion about, you know, what you are empowered to do with the money that you earn when it becomes your money, and should that become public knowledge. Now, it was obtained through a hacking network, so right there is your first clue. But yeah, like, it's interesting, you know, from a very sort of global perspective to see the different ways, the ripple effects that is coming off of this.
Yeah, and it's not over yet.
No.
I think it's going to continue for the next little while yet. So.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, we have a lot of news, and
Yes.
I also have some weather to tell you about. You're not going to like some of it, but it is February still.
I've got this.
I will give you all those details coming up. Heidi's got the news.
All right. Okay, so local shake-up at an organization. Dr. David Farah, the chair of the Group Health Center Board, has announced that Alex Lambert will be leaving the Group Health Center as President and Chief Executive Officer. Dr. Farah and Mr. Lambert agreed that it was the right timing to bring new leadership to the organization. Mr. Lambert started with the Group Health Center as Chief Financial Officer in May of 2012 and was promoted to Chief Executive Officer in June 2014. The board thanks Mr. Lambert for his contributions over the last decade. The board is working to engage an interim Chief Executive Officer to assist the organization during a formal leadership recruitment process. In the meantime, the remaining members of the senior leadership team will report directly to the board. The Group Health Center serves over 80,000 patients in Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma District, with a combined total of over 300,000 visits across our 8 sites in Sault Ste. Marie. Fairly abrupt. Okay. Next story then. To dox or not to dox. So we talked then about the list that was obtained by hackers, identifying very specifically individuals who have been contributing or have contributed to the truckers' convoy, specific names, amounts donated. So since this hacker group obtained the donor list, individuals in Sault Ste. Marie as well as across Canada have been identified and questioned for their choices. Now, this process has a name, okay? The process is known as doxing, and according to multiple legal authorities, it is illegal. Prominent individuals, including media personalities, TV personas, doctors, and social media influencers, have taken time to share the list of donors and give their 2 cents on these activities. Now, these shares are sometimes going as far as calling out individuals for their personal choice to donate. The list in question contains high-level individuals across the country who chose to donate to something that they personally believe in. However, doxing those individuals, sharing their personal information publicly and without their consent, is illegal, again, citing multiple legal sources. We do have a quote from Danielle, a lawyer with the Norton Rose Fulbright Canada LLP. He says, doxing is illegal if the information is obtained through illegal means such as hacking. One of the most common methods that a hacker will use is by obtaining a target's email. Once obtained, the victim's email provides the hackers with an avenue to uncover passwords and retrieve more personal information. Posting publicly available information may also give rise to civil lawsuits and criminal charges such as harassment, intimidation, invasion of privacy, stalking, and even assault. The intent of the doxer may not matter. This means that individuals who share the doxer's post may also find themselves in serious legal trouble. David Anbar, a criminal lawyer in Ottawa, admits he currently has multiple cases regarding the protest on his plate. His advice to those who have been identified in the doxing was to contact a legal professional. He says, I regret that I cannot respond to every message that simply points out the outrageous nature of the hacking and the media's unscrupulous actions taken since. You may wish to consult a civil litigation lawyer if you'd like to consider a cause of action. This is not my area of expertise despite the fact that I am outraged as you are. I am not a civil litigation lawyer. So, before you consider taking the list, tracking down individuals on it, understand that these actions may have criminal or civil repercussions. All right. Speaking of repercussions, Craig made some ominous statements in our preamble, so now we're going to go over and get the weather and hope that he was just kidding.
Oh, I wish I was kidding, because I'm so sick of winter right now and snow. I want spring. But we have a little bit of winter to deal with tonight as another system starts coming in this afternoon. For the most part, though, we're going to see a nice day, a nice clear day. Going to be on the cold side, though. We're taking a live look at our shot from City Hall and St. Mary's River. And you can see the sun is coming up. It's going to be a beautiful day, just a cold one. But then we have to get prepared for a Alberta Clipper coming in later on tonight. And the range of snow is anywhere from 2 to 15 centimeters. And the reason for that is depending where you are and how this system moves in. So I'm saying north of the city, you're under the gun for up to 15 centimeters. South of, say, Batchewana, we could be seeing anywhere from 2 to 5 centimeters. So that's the call right now. We'll take a look at your 12-hour forecast. Sunny skies this morning, lasting into the afternoon. Temperatures around -8 for your high today. Actually, we're going to achieve our high in the evening at -7 and then drop down to -18 as we see those snow flurries and snow showers take hold for the evening. And again, we could see a little bit of accumulation here in the city and a little more up towards the north. We have another couple of systems we're watching, and that roller coaster ride of temperatures is still in play. I'll give you those details coming up on the 3-day forecast. Heidi?
Ah, yes, the part of winter that I love so much, the clinging, the hanging on, the Alberta Clippers. Okay, so I don't even want to talk about that anymore. So we're just going to go to a word from our sponsors. You'll hear from the likes of Superior Adult Learning, a worthy organization that does support adult learners in achieving specific literacy goals. You know what? An interesting literacy is no longer just defined as math and reading. It also includes digital literacy. So, you know, do you have a device that you wish you knew how to use better? They can help you there. Anything from an Android to an iPhone, an iPad, all the things they can help you with. They're also looking for volunteers to support adult learners as well as to join their board of directors. So do go fill your cup and come on back. Superior Adult Learning provides free one-on-one support to help you reach your goals. Improve your reading, writing, and math skills, become more independent, and increase your employability. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now. Shop local, dine local, listen local, love local. Small businesses in the Algoma area have been a huge part of our community. Now is the time to show our support for them. From local markets to retail stores, music venues, and restaurants. Small businesses make up the backbone of our community. So go on, embrace all they have to offer by shopping, dining, listening, and loving local. Visit ssmcoc.com to learn more or to join the chamber today. Well, good morning and welcome back to this very frosty Friday, February the 18th edition of First Local. There's a whole lot of F's there, and not one of them is my favorite F word. So, we've already covered some stories. We talked about the change in leadership, CEO at the Group Health Center. We talked about sharing of information, personal private information that was obtained illegally through hacking. We talked about Trudeau and his language and his patent refusal to apologize. So now we're going to move on. We're going to talk some more about the old General Hospital, which we have been talking about because let's face it, it is crumbling, it is sinking into the ground, it is an eyesore and dangerous. In fact, on January 31st, we did bring you news of emergency services responding yet again to the General Hospital site for reports of people trapped inside. Three youth were rescued and charged with trespassing after illegally accessing the building, according to police. There are some anecdotal stories about what actually happened, and fortunately, nobody was injured, which is why I permit myself a tiny chuckle, because if you knew the story, yeah, okay. So recently, Sioux Online did reach out to the City of Sault Ste. Marie about this site, which is privately owned by Leisure Meadows Community Living, which is a subsidiary of Wilsondale Property Management, all of which are owned by one Italio Ferrari. So in other media reports, Ferrari has said that it's been a difficult property to secure. Now, our reporter has learned from the City of Sault Ste. Marie that not only has it been difficult, but that the city has had to perform work on the building and bill the owner of the property. So for some time now, citizens have been worried about the deteriorating building and wondering why, particularly under the new Property Standards Act that the city has passed, why hasn't it been torn down? So Freddie Pozzebon, the Chief Building Inspector for Sault Ste. Marie, was able to give us some insight into this situation and the status of the property. What he has said is that the property is private and it is the owner's responsibility to keep the building secure from trespassers. The bylaw enforcement officer does bi-weekly inspections on the former hospital site. Any unsecured openings that persons could access are resecured by the city, and the owner of the building is contacted when issues arise pertaining to the property standards bylaw. So vacant building provisions, the specific section of the property standards bylaw. So the city does and has issued orders against the owner when compliance is not met. So when asked about the costs associated then with, resecuring the building, Pozzebon would not elaborate on the specifics as to how much the owner is behind or how many orders have been issued, just that for the most part he's been cooperative in following them. Pozzebon is quoted as saying there have been multiple orders provided which were eventually complied with. There was one set of orders that was appealed by the owner of the buildings and required litigation. However, the orders were eventually complied with. As for the costs of doing the work, any work done by the city, and again, a quote from Freddie Pozzebon, any work done by the city through a non-compliance of an order, such as securing the building or cutting the grass, these costs are added to the owner's property taxes. There is an outstanding balance from the recoverable charges that were added in December 2021 that the city anticipates being paid in full. So the city also admitted that all options under the Property Standards Act are being reviewed in relation to the property. Okay, so there's the update on that. So hopeful that spring and summer might see some changes in that particular area of the downtown. Okay, so now talking about reviewing things in relation, let's review the performance of Canada at the Olympics in relation to competing against the other countries. Jacob, take it away.
I swear, Heidi, every time you throw it at me, it is just getting cleaner and cleaner. Maybe they can call you Mrs. Clean. Woo. But I will not be the magic eraser to these interesting news from the Olympics. Got to get my puns in there. So let's start off with the overall Olympic count. We're going to have a graphic that's going to come up on your screen. I love doing the hand signals for my graphics. No idea why. But Canada was able to take home a couple more medals over the past 24 hours, and they are again doing better than they were projected. Norway is really leading the way still with 15 gold, 8 silver, and 11 bronze. But Canada with 4 golds, 4 silver, and 13 bronze, they are really showing a strong, showing. Germany is also having a strong Olympics, same with Sweden. There's our Netherlands in there for our fantastic Netherlands viewer. And let's get over some of the medals that were won over the past 24 hours. So Meryl Thompson won silver in the women's ski crossing, earning her 2nd medal at the event. The 29-year-old from Whistler got off to a slow start, but she managed right around the final turn to get in there and get that silver medal, continuing Canada's winning streak in the skiing events. Moving on from that, now let's head over to the men's curling. So Canada is very well known for curling. Hockey and curling, I'd say, are probably 2 of our major sports. Well, Brad Gushue was able to take home the bronze medal against Team USA. And he told CBC reporters that it was the toughest game he thinks he had ever played. It was a hard game. Canada was able to win that game 8-5. Unfortunately, the women's curling didn't have the same success. They were unfortunately eliminated from the Olympics, so they will not be coming home with a medal. However, these things are still going to happen, and the Jones team made a statement over Twitter. We finished on a winning note, but our final round robin result came up short for these games. We fought hard and we never gave up. And then she just stated further down how she was so proud to be Canadian. And I think that's important too. Even if you're not able to bring home a medal, you still got the honor to represent your country at an Olympic Games, which that is something that a lot of people will never ever get the chance to do. So we need to remember that too when if we get frustrated with some of our athletes, like they're doing something that realistically none of us would be able to do, and they're doing something that's amazing. You're gonna go for Olympics women curling?
That's right. Hurry hard! Hard!
But, well, that's everything on the Olympics. There was some more news from the IHF, but you got to tune in to 705 Sports today at noon for that, and some info on your Greyhounds coming up this weekend.
All right.
I can be clever too.
Well, isn't that like the best part of curling? Like hard!
It is.
Hard! Anyway, okay. We have to go over to Craig now because he wants to take us down still further on this lovely frosty Friday of a long weekend because it's Family Day on Monday. All right, Craig, do it.
Well, Heidi, on Wednesday, we actually broke a record. We reached 7.6 degrees on the plus side. Not today, though. We're pretty much into some cold air. Thanks to a high pressure system, at least for part of our day, we're going to be clear and cold as this high pressure system sits over us, but that's going to move over to the east and allow this system to come in. This is another clipper coming in for late tonight into our day Saturday. Looks like anywhere from 2, I know this is a long range, but 2 to 15 centimeters of snow could materialize from this system. It really depends where you are in the area, who's going to be seeing the bulk of the snow. We'll take a look at the satellite and show you what's going on here. It comes right here. It's just diving down and it's going to come into the Great Lakes later on this afternoon. Sometimes around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, we could start seeing the flurry activity start. There's going to be some winds associated with this system too as it kind of rushes in. So expect some tricky driving later on tonight as we start seeing some heavier flurries materialize. If we do see some heavier flurries, that I should say. Let's take a look at the temperatures. Not bad. I mean, just a little bit below seasonal. -7, -13 in Wawa, -14 in Timmins. So we're pretty cold today. We're going to be cold for the next couple of days, and then we start rebounding our temperatures again for Sunday. But we have another system coming in for Sunday. I will tell you more about that coming up. This is the radar right now. This is the system from yesterday, really hammered southern Ontario and the eastern seaboard. We didn't really see a lot of activity from this system as it rolled through Wednesday night, so we were quite lucky. Most of it pushed off towards the east. We are watching a system. There it is. We're coming right down now. We'll see that around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock this afternoon. So this is what we are looking like for your day today. Mainly sunny skies. It's going to be cold. It's going to be some slight winds out there. It's going to feel a little colder. then -7, -10 for your Saturday. Still on the cold side. We could see some lingering flurries Saturday morning, but then a mix of sun and cloud. And then we see another system coming in for Sunday. And again, we could see accumulating snow from this system, anywhere from 4 to 8 centimeters, but temperatures of +1. And then we're back on that roller coaster ride for next week. I'll show you what I mean coming up in the 7-day forecast. Heidi?
Well, excellent. Thanks for that, Craig. We're going to go into another break so you can hear from the Chamber, encouraging everybody to shop, love, play, eat local. Businesses in this moment are rebuilding, and they definitely need the support. So go fill your cup one last time and come on back. Got an update on the Elliott Road investigation. Got some information on gas prices, and if there's time, we might get to the tutoring program. But we will not do so if it means we're going to cut into our social media and our factoids. Come on back. Superior Adult Learning is looking for volunteers who want to make a difference in our community and help others reach their full potential. In only a few hours a week, you can help our learners achieve their goals and set them on a path towards a successful, independent future. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now.
École publique Éco des Rapides, a place where your child can learn, grow, and be happy. Discover why more and more families are choosing École publique Éco des Rapides for their child. Register your child January 17th to the 21st at epeder.cspgno.ca. Parce que je vois grand.
Good morning and welcome back. Thank you for coming back on this Friday, February the 18th. Fairly cold out there. Whispers from the weather models of an Alberta clipper. Meh, whatever. Okay, as promised, we do have an update to the Elliott Road investigation. So earlier in the week, we did bring you coverage about a significant police presence. It did get updated. Further to the updates that have already been provided, what we have is now a report of charges being laid. So Sault Ste. Marie Police Services did issue a media release. They did indicate that on February the 15th, officers with investigation services, patrol services, and the emergency services unit did arrest 32-year-old Jesse Morello in connection with the ongoing investigation at Elliott Road. During the morning hours, the accused touched an underage victim for a sexual purpose, threatened them, and struck them with a firearm. Around 5 p.m., the victim was able to get away from the accused and contact police. Officers attended a residence in the 0 to 100 block of Elliott Road, and after securing the area, did take the accused into custody. A subsequent search found the accused to be in possession of approximately 1 gram of methamphetamine and small quantities of substances believed to be psilocybin and fentanyl. Correspondingly, he is charged with forcible confinement, assault with a weapon ×2, pointing a firearm, possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose ×2, use of a firearm in the commission of an offense, sexual interference ×2, sexual assault ×2, and possession of a controlled substance ×3. He is held in custody pending a bail hearing. The investigation is ongoing. Yes, so there is the update. I want to rip us through the COVID numbers very quickly, Mike. We forgot about that. Okay, so yesterday Algoma Public Health did report 60 new cases. The active case count, however, did drop by 32 and now sits at 593 individuals, with one of those reported to be somebody from outside of the Algoma Public Health catch basin. There are 16 individuals in Sault Area Hospital receiving care. This number is static. It has not changed. 92 have been added to the number of cases considered to be resolved for a current total of 4,012. I'll just kind of summarize the Ontario numbers. They are the lowest since the first week in January. So following a steady decline that has taken place over the last few weeks, health officials logged 1,342 people hospitalized with COVID-19, and specifically the lowest number since January 4th, when they were at 1,290. Okay, so that's that. Maybe time for one more story. Yes, Mike? Okay. Yeah, we'll do gas because it's a good story. You know, while we're all freaking out about the cost of everything that just keeps going on up, I actually did notice this yesterday, and I did a double take because gas prices in the Sault have fallen by 10 cents. Now, Craig, we've talked about this, and you said how it's often very common to see prices go up by 10 cents. They rarely come down by the same.
A fraction of a penny at a time.
So as you recall, local gas prices shot up to record levels last week with $1.69 per liter as an average. Oh, you switched to camera on me. Aren't you supposed to tell me about that?
Oops.
Various reasons for the spike were listed, including supply and demand, as well as the ongoing unrest in the UK. Now, most stations did set their prices at the $1.69 level last week, and Canadians all over the country are facing record level prices. In Vancouver, for example, motorists there have to fork over $1.82 per liter. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so
coming
in
this
southern,
way too.
What's that?
It's coming this way.
Southern Ontario, normally showing some of the lowest prices because of volume, also saw prices reach the $1.55 mark. As of Thursday afternoon here in the Sault, most stations have lowered their prices to $1.55.9 per liter. So the cheaper fuel, the cheapest fuel, can still be found at the Gen 7 station in Rankin, with prices there posted at $1.43.9 per liter. Now, Craig did pen this article, and he's cautioning us not to get too excited about this because really forecast as high as $2.
Yeah, well, you got the carbon tax coming into effect April 1st, so that's another 5 cents. And then you got supply and demand for the summer, which we normally see, so you know that's going to go up. And if we're flirting with the 175s, the 182s in Vancouver, I can guarantee you we're going to be at $2 by this summer, you know, when you factor in everything. So, yeah, it's going to cost us big time.
Well, everything costs. I'm pretty sure it cost me about $100 just to get out of bed every morning.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Okay, so where
all
are we
right,
going?
well, let's do a factoid. There is, I'm going to tell everybody, if you have a child who's struggling with learning gaps as a result of interrupted learning, as a result of the pandemic, the government yesterday did announce some significant funding allocated to supporting children and getting caught up and closing those gaps, allocated to the academic year 2022-23. We will talk to you about that on Tuesday because, of course, in observance of Family Day, we will not be here.
We're not going to be here, folks.
But we'll be back on Tuesday. But in the interim, I did post that yesterday. I'm going to be doing a little bit more nosing into that because certainly my youngest is having some challenges in getting herself caught up.
So
I don't want to say anything more about that because it gets me very upset. It makes me elevate. Not at her, but just, you know,
at the whole
general
situation.
Nature of the flailing that I'm being forced to kind of accept. Okay, factoid. So today I went a different route. Okay, so today we're doing National Observance Days. So today, February the 18th, is Pluto Day. Yes, celebrated on February 18th of every year. The planet was discovered in the year 1930 and is considered as the 9th planet in the solar system for about 76 years. But after the year 1992, its position as a planet was doubted, as many objects like Pluto with similar size were discovered in the Kuiper Belt. On August 24th, 2006, Pluto's position as a planet was degraded by the International Astronomical Union to a dwarf planet, and this day is called Pluto Demoted Day. Come on. Pluto, you're still a mighty planet in my eyes.
You're still part of the family.
And I'm going to hit this next one, Mike.
Okay.
Today is also National Drink Wine Day. I'm not even making that up. Yes, celebrated on February 18th of every year. Wine also has health benefits, moderate Can we get a definition on moderate? Moderate drinking of wine will reduce the risk of liver disease, type 2 diabetes, heart attack, stroke, and certain types of cancer. It can reduce bad cholesterol and can increase the good. Hence, National Drink Wine Day is a day to spread health and love of wines. Are you there, Kim? Are you listening to this? Enjoy Drink Wine Day with a refreshing glass of Merlot, Pinot, Chardonnay, Zinfandel, Shiraz. I'm going to add Cabernet Sauvignon to that because if I am drinking wine, that's my preference. And there it is. Okay.
I have brown wine. Does that count? No.
That's not wine. If your wine is brown, you ought not to be drinking it. I'll put that right out there. Okay. All right, so let's get into social media. Yeah. We've got Steve Childs this morning beating everybody to the punch with one last weekly effort to break my brain. We have GFMAHYAHAGW. He's got the truck. He's got the sun coming up between two great huge tracts of land. He's rocking the horns. So good Friday morning all. Hope you all have a great weekend.
Okay.
Got it. All right. Thank you, Steve, for being such a loyal viewer. Margaret McKegg says, good morning all.
Hey,
good
Margaret.
morning to you, Margaret.
Thanks
Tracy,
for watching.
Yeah, for sure. Tracy says, morning everyone. Yeah, or everybody. Yeah, it's cold out there for sure.
It certainly is.
Good morning to you, Tracy. Thank you for watching. Judy O'Neill, good Friday morning. Hope you all have an awesome weekend.
Hey,
I hope you do as well, Judy. It's nice to hear from you. Joseph Bertrand, happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday to you, Joseph.
You betcha.
Kathy Boren, good morning, happy Friday, everyone. It's looking like sunshine and layers today. Don't forget your shades and enjoy. Yeah, layer up. I mean, really, it's not that
warm
big
in the
a deal.
car.
Yeah. Well, if you did go outside, though, you could layer up. I mean,
yeah,
it's not cripplingly cold. It's not minus 40
Yeah, it's not like
or
we have
anything.
strong winds or anything, so.
You know, let's keep this in perspective. Jen Buchan. That's more directed at myself because I'm kind of flailing at this point. I'm done with winter. Okay, Jen Buchan, good morning. Have a great Family Day weekend. You too, Jen. I hope you have a great weekend. Bradley, good morning. Happy Frigid Friday. Can you say frigid anymore, or has that been canceled as well? Happy absence of warmth Friday. Terry Matthews says, good morning all. Good morning, Terry.
Morning.
Andrew Smith from high school, hello. Do I have to call you Andrew? Can I still call you Andy? Okay, good morning all. Happy Friday. Off today and tuned in for a great show. Aw, thank you very much.
Thanks for
we're
watching.
certainly grateful to have another viewer on board. Thank you. Oh, Bradley, what do you call two apes that share an Amazon account? Prime mates. All right, that's good, Brad. I like that. Thank you. Marilyn Dunn, good morning, everyone. Have a great weekend. You too, Marilyn. Have a great weekend. Enika says, good morning, all. Happy Friday and a great weekend. Yes, to you as well, Enika. Oh, my gosh, there's 13 new comments.
Uh-oh.
Tony Mancuso, good morning, everyone. Again, with the sun and the Traxalan. TGIF, have a great weekend. You too, Tony. Corey Herb, happy eat ice cream for breakfast day. Is that official? I think you made that up. My wine thing was official. That was actually on a website.
Wine and ice cream, maybe.
Maybe ice cream flavored wine. I think there is such a thing. I have heard of this. And he says, okay, minus 25 degree weather, ice cream, okay. Yes. Marge Gray from Fergus. Good Friday morning from Winter
You got a lot of snow
White.
down there, right? You had some.
Winter White Fergus. Good morning also to Dan. Aw, Dan.
Imagine they went from like plus 10 to 30 centimeters of snow yesterday.
Wow.
Down there. So.
Wow.
We missed all that.
I'm not sure missed is the right word, but yeah. All right. Joanne Burmaster, good morning, and TGIF. Yes, I am grateful and glad that it is Friday. I have some frolicking scheduled for the weekend, so good times. And good morning to you, Joanne. Thank you for watching. Rick Sutherland, good morning all. Happy Friday. It's the first official long weekend of the year, so I hope everyone has a good Family Day weekend. Great Family Day weekend. Yeah, working on it. Steve Childs offers up a heart, you big sweetie. Okay. Nancy Norman, very gifted artist. Nancy, I keep forgetting. Okay, I will contact you. I want to get her on the show.
You want to get her on the show, I know.
Yeah, and probably Jim Whitty, too, if he'll come on. Good morning this cold, beautiful day. Good morning to you, Nancy. Always nice to see your name. New viewer, Catherine Elizabeth.
Oh, hi, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine. Thanks for watching. She says full moon, full cold. Yes, definitely. Marge Gray is saying gas in Fergus is, well, she says 59.9, but I think maybe the one didn't.
159.
Yeah, 159.9.
It's still pretty high down there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Where is Fergus?
It's by Guelph.
Guelphish, okay. Okay, Tracy Fay, moderate. Oh, she's giving me a definition. Reasonable, not too much. I don't know, there's still like subjective interpretation that I can layer that with, so. But thank you, Tracy. Yes. Kathy Boren says, cheers, Heidi, and everyone else. Yes, to you too as well. Oh, good, okay. Michael Robinson, good morning, Heidi. Good morning, Michael Robinson. You're a new viewer. Thank you for greeting me specifically, and thank you for watching. And then we rounded out with Lori Rains Aguano. She says, good morning, y'all. Have an awesome weekend.
Good morning.
Too. Good morning. Have an awesome weekend. Okay, just enough time. Well, we are over. Wow.
Are we over?
Okay, 7 day and 7 seconds.
Let's do the 7 day. So we're, like I said, we're in, well, it's coming, he says. We've got a problem with the computer. We can take that name out there too, Mike. There you go. So another cold day tomorrow, -10 with a mix of sun and cloud. We have another system coming in for Sunday. Looks like 4 to 5 centimeters, but temperatures on the plus side. Then we're on the roller coaster ride again. But by the end of next week, we're back up to +2 with a mix of sun and cloud. We do have a number of little systems we're watching for into next week, especially Tuesday. So we'll be watching that for you. But hey, we're still on the mark for well above seasonal temperatures developing in March. So we can see a lot of melting going on in March this year.
Did you see my weather reporting yesterday?
I didn't. I was doing something else. Was it good? Did you hit it all the right?
It's kind of hurtful. I'm not going to tell you about it.
I will tell you one thing, Heidi. I heard last night somewhere, I don't know where it is making wine out of cow dung.
Okay, we'll leave it on that note.
That just seems kind of shitty. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, and on that note, we're out of time. Tell everybody that we are the Sioux's only local news show. We love to hear from you. We love your suggestions, your recommendations, your comments. So like, follow, share, do all of the social media things and help us spread the word and get some new viewers.
And we'll see you Tuesday.
Tuesday, that's right. Don't look for us on Monday. We won't be here. But anyway, enjoy your family. Have a nice weekend. First Local, supported by Maker North. 3D printing, laser cutting, 3D design, education, prototyping, and more. Maker North, whatever it takes.
It's Jake Moore, sports analyst, back in the On TV studios, letting you know that 705 Sports now has 2 shows a week. We still have the 705 Sports that airs every Friday at noon, but we've expanded to now have a show every Wednesday. 705 Sports Headlines will be a show that is much more condensed, that is very fast-paced, going over the main topics of the week in sports. 705 Sports on Fridays will still cover everything in sports in a full show format. This gives you a chance to really see what's going on in the sports world, whether you have a couple minutes or you got a half an hour. So make sure you join me, Dan Gray, on Fridays and multiple different guests every Wednesday, every Friday at noon, only on TV and Sioux Online's Facebook page.